How do I tell if a biker is lying to me? Watch this video. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. So, a light-hearted look here at, well, the lies that we as bikers tell. And how do I know, as a biker, how do I know if another biker is lying to me? Well, it comes down to context, really. For me, anyway. It comes down to context, and it also comes down to body language. You can watch the series of videos which I've been making recently about, the human condition and body language, and how you can tell if people like you, that don't like you, how you're supposed to act in a given situation, let's say in a motorcycle crowd, motorcycle event, that kind of thing. Because this is a motorcycle channel after all. But here I'm talking about, how do you know if somebody's lying to you? Well, let's face it, if you're in a group of people, let's say, and you're holding court and you're telling a story, sometimes, let's face it, people can elaborate, they can embellish on a story. And that's just the art of storytelling, right? You're kind of, you're exaggerating a little bit, and it makes for a good story, right? And especially if you're having a laugh as well, it makes for a good story. So I'm not talking about that kind of stuff, because let's face it, we all do a little bit of that in one form or another, especially when I'm talking about how great I am as a biker, how great I am as a mechanic, how great I am at football or something like that. But when we're really talking about lying and the lies that anybody can tell, whether it's a biker or not, it really comes down to, well, the moment. It comes down to trust. It also comes down to body language, telling those little telltale signs. And you can sniff out if something is a lie or not. Now, on my part, this is a way I look at people in general, the way I judge people, is that I'm a kind of a trusting person, and that I trust what you tell me. And if it's wrong, or if it's a lie and I find out it's a lie, then I'll probably never believe you again. Once bitten, twice shy, that kind of thing. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, well, that's my problem. That's not your problem, is it? So I think, you take people at face value, and that's what I do. I take people at face value, and whatever you're telling me, and I tend to believe it. Now, of course, if it does smell a bit fishy, as it were, then I'm probably going to go, oh, okay, yeah, sounds good. But I won't think anything more of it. In fact, what I won't do is I won't hold you to account for what you're telling me, especially if it's just somebody I've met or something. I'm not going to hold you to account for it, because, it's a story, it's a conversation. It doesn't really mean anything whether you're slightly lying or not. But if it actually means something, then obviously, there's not a lot you can do. You can suspect that somebody might be lying to you. If you have prior knowledge and their story is different, then you can judge whether somebody's actually lying to you, and you might choose to confront them on it, or you might just say, okay, well, the conversation's over, and you just go your separate ways, knowing that they're lying to you, so therefore you're not going to have any future interaction with them, right? But it really comes down to whether you're trusting that person or not, and reading what they're saying and judging what they're saying in the moment. As I say, it's all about context, and it's all about whether this is a light-hearted conversation or whether it's a serious conversation. And judging if somebody's lying to you or not, there's all the tells. There's, this whether somebody is uncomfortable, whether somebody's looking up there, if they're searching for an answer. All these things play their role. Now, I sometimes laugh when people say, well, it's all about eye movement, head movement. And I say, well, I should be lying all the time, because I'm constantly looking around. I'm constantly eyes all over the place when I'm always searching for answers. And I put that down just to bad memory, right? So I'm not sure whether I'd be judged as being a liar or not. I just think that I'm very open with people, very honest. I try to be honest all the time. And that's what I expect from other people as well. I do judge people, or I treat people how I would like to be treated, right? That's the way I've always interacted with people. I generally try to be nice to people, and I hopefully that people will be nice back. I mean, that's just the way life should be, in my opinion. I don't want to meet arseholes, and I don't want to meet horrible people, and I don't want to be horrible to other people as well. So it's the same with lying. I don't want to lie to people. I don't want to tell stories and lies just to, get one over on somebody, and I don't expect people to do it to me. If they do, then that's it. There's nothing more to talk about. So how do you tell if somebody's lying to you? How do you tell if a biker is lying to you? Well, you read the moment, you read the body language, and you get a sense of whether something is real or not. But at the end of the day, you just got to trust what they're telling you, And if you do trust them and it turns out to be a lie, then at least you'll know for future. And you just kind of log that in the bank, don't you? But I think, it's better to be a trusting person or somebody who takes it at face value and doesn't put too much onus on it or put too much accountability on it, rather than somebody who never trusts anybody, who never believes anything that anybody says. Because I think you're really putting yourself into a negative situation here rather than being positive and having a positive outlook. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, regardless of what situation it is, regardless of what community you're in. And let's say if you go to a motorcycle event or you're dealing with motorcycle salesmen, motorcycle mechanics, motorcycle dealerships, whatever it is, I say in this context, we're talking about motorcycle world, do you know if they're lying to you? Well, you got to do your own research. And this is what I used to say to people when you go into a dealership or go into anywhere to buy a motorcycle, for example. Do your own research before you go there. And then you'll know if somebody's spinning you a line or not. Because if they're telling you something that is totally incorrect and you know something to be different, you'll know whether they, either just don't know the information correctly, or they're lying to you to get a sale. And that's my position. Always go in armed with information, and you'll know if somebody is lying to you or not. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, keep on watching the videos. Don't forget, you go to the website, RevelatorAlf.com, for all the motorcycle books and other books that I sell, and also the merchandise and also the motorcycle clothing that I'm selling there now. Right, with that, I'll catch you again in another video coming very soon. Bye now.